Oh, what is going on, everybody?
What's up?
It is Pixelparters here, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice.
Spirit with
Where
extra
we left off,
spit.
we have been in the courtroom here, trying to battle over our little divination seance of the Wright. I can't remember what it's called.
Come on, you got it.
The transformation Wright. Well, that's only part of it. Wait, okay, so now I don't... The purification Wright, that's what it's called. There we go.
Yeah, you got ahead of yourself.
But we're getting somewhere, I feel it.
If so, then it is time to bow down before this testimony of the Mitama.
Yeah.
Nick!
Don't worry, Maya, I'm just getting started.
That look.
Alright, let's go over everything we know so far. Maya was in there, Kira's robes and standing in the spring. The high priest is thought to have been moving toward her, so I should look for sensations that stand in contradiction to its arrangement. I won't give up. I'm going to find a contradiction that will undermine the accusation against Maya. Okay, so we're going back in. So, saying about everything that we know. So let's say that's the spring we're looking at now. So that's only to the left of the spring. So right, so that's the mountain in the background. So we can see things have gotten a little clearer now. And you got Maya there. Goes to the book. Yep, it's a nice book. It's a nice piece of paper.
I was gonna say that's not a book. That's a scroll thing.
Right. And then we've
Not
got
even
the
a
wind
scroll,
that
it's
blows.
folded.
That thing was open. We've got the dagger, incense, bells, running water, pain.
Well, it's not even running water. It's just water.
Well, I was like the running from the footsteps, and then because of the bells. Okay, so let's look at the things we have. The victim comes to purification right, bound lands in the Bhagavad Sutra. In the first part of the transmission right ended, he lowered the sutra suddenly. He rushed the accused, tried to fight her off by the spring side lantern. It was then the victim felt intense pain. It was when he was stabbed. Okay, so... So what are we exactly trying to figure out now?
I don't know.
Because, like Phoenix said there, I can't go to the text anymore because of the way the controls are.
What I want to know is how does a person see out of that mask?
They don't. So, well, the street cleaner is coming by.
Yep.
That's brand new since this whole lockdown for us started,
Yeah,
pretty much. That's never happened before until recently. Now it's happening like every single night. But
Probably
Phoenix
because
said,
it can be done now.
Yeah, you got a point. Phoenix said to look at something that stands out from the facts that we now know. Something that kind of goes against what we have, because now we know that the positions were swapped and Maya was in the pool.
Yeah.
Phoenix appreciated banging the lanterns and reading the sutra. That is tit for tat, pretty good. It's the first part. The transformation Wright ended. He lowered the sutra suddenly, and then suddenly, it's not really anything against that. He rushes the accused and tried to fight her off by the spring side lantern. And I don't really think we have anything that's against that. Because there's the wind that goes with that.
Yeah.
That makes sense for everything that's going on. Then we have that. I don't know, should we... I mean, I don't think the glimmer of the dagger really means anything there, does it? No.
It's just so that you notice the dagger, I think.
Yeah. And then he smells incense and you hear the bells because he starts running forward. The incense
Which
gets
makes
there
no
more.
sense. Why would you run towards someone who's holding a knife out? Just saying.
Yeah.
That's really stupid.
And then there's pain. So he rushed the accused and tried to fight her off.
It's just weird. Like, why would you run at someone with both of your hands up by your face to fight someone off who's holding out a dagger at your stomach?
Yeah.
Just saying, that's really stupid.
Because, I mean, I assume what we're going to have to go off of is that maybe there was someone else that was there that actually, like, stabbed him instead somewhere else. Like, I was thinking if he got hit in the back or something, but that wouldn't make sense because it's probably an autopsy report. There's all stabbed in the stomach. I don't know. But...
have we even read the autopsy report?
I don't think we have. Blows from abdominal wound delivered by a bladed weapon. Wound appears inflicted by the war bad dagger used in the right.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the mark on his face. That doesn't know anything. But, okay, so... God,
I'm just saying it's really foolish. Like, why would you run at someone with your hands up at their face when they clearly have a dagger out, pointing at you, you know? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You'd think this would be a smart man, but I guess not.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be pointing out. Unfortunately, I can't remember what was updated from... It's been a whole day, so I can't remember what was updated from last time on this new one.
I can't either.
Because all we did is point out the lantern, but we just pointed out afterwards that they opened them all during the rite.
Yeah.
Because that's part of what they do. So that didn't really change much for us, I don't think.
It didn't.
I don't know.
It just cut off what we thought was a lead, and it wasn't.
I don't know.
By the spring side lantern, like...
Because we did this on the lantern last time, because we're like, oh, it can't be that because it's broken.
Yeah. But they're all like that.
As the first part of Transformation Night ended, he lowered the sutra. Maybe... The Purification Rite begins. Transformation Rite, the High Priest reads the scripture while a priestess dons the robes of Lady Kira, which have been purified in incense. Next is the Rite of Water, which the priestess enters the spring dressed as Lady Kira. And the High Priest purifies both Lady Kira and her dagger. The ceremony ends in the Rite of Fire, in which the priestess circles the sacred flames to purify her soul. Maybe this is something here in the Wright's God that we gotta figure out. I don't know. At this point, it's just kind of seeming like so much I'm gonna have to go look up a walkthrough because we're just not making much progress right now. But I just don't understand what our new contradiction is.
So wait, doesn't this mean this would be the start of the Rite of Water? Because go to the next thing. The Rite of Water, which a priestess enters the spring dressed as Lady Kira.
Yeah, I just don't know if we have a way to... I don't know, we would point out to show that it was done at a different point. Because we have... as the first part of Transformation ended, he lowered the thing. But I don't know if we have anything that can directly go against that. You know what? Give me a second. I'm going to figure out what's going on here with the walkthrough. I have to cave for a bit because I don't know what the heck is going on.
Yeah, we have to spare you guys too.
Sorry. Okay, we're back.
Yep.
I've used the walkthrough and I don't quite understand what is going on. But, apparently, when he bows to the lantern over here, we want to be on this thing here for the Springside Lantern and present the lantern.
Again?
Well, this is a different part, but this is what the future holds for us apparently, but I don't quite know why.
What does Phoenix know that we don't?
I don't know. He's a smart man apparently. What could this possibly mean?
He's selectively smart. That
lantern clearly contradicts the insight, but this contradiction will overturn the entire case I've been building.
Are you all right, Mr. Wright? 1 minute you shout out and the next you fall silent. Perhaps it is like the bellow of one who is barreling downhill and no way of stopping. Is that not right, Prosecutor Sadmati?
Don't get cold feet now, Phoenix. Even if this overturns the entire case you've built so far, the only way is to keep moving forward, because that's where we'll find the truth. Sorry, but I'm not barreling down a hill. In fact, I'm in full control of everything in the indisputable contradiction I found.
Is that so?
Apparently. The layer behind the accused blatantly contradicts your insight.
What? Does it now?
One of the lanterns on the entrance side of the inner sanctum was broken. And if you watch what Abbot Enemy saw in his final moments... Wait, is that the broken one?
Oh.
I didn't even notice that. I thought it was just lighting, which is why you can't really see the left side. Oh, okay.
We're dumb.
You'll notice that the lantern behind the praying form of Miss Faye is broken. Wait, whoa, okay. Oh, I didn't pay that much attention. Now I see.
Oh.
Now I feel blind because when he goes back around for Lady Kira, then it's fixed. That's where our dumbness comes into play. Just don't have good eyes over here on us. I'm sorry, everyone.
I have a medical excuse.
I have a brain excuse of me being dumb. Later behind Lady Kira, however,
I
is
just
still
legitimately
intact.
can't see well.
Yeah. In
Jesus.
short, we are seeing two different lanterns in the seance vision.
How could this be? And even if it were so, how would that contradict my insights?
Let me start by saying the claim I'm about to raise will overturn the case I've built thus far.
Will the defense please explain himself?
Based on the broken lantern, we can tell
Their positions.
Yeah, I mean, technically we can tell the positions of the lanterns as well, because we can tell which one was broken and which one was not. But I suppose at the same time, you can verify their positions too.
That's how we can, yeah.
Where the accused and the victim were standing.
But did you not just finish asserting that the accused was standing somewhere else?
I did, and I built my argument on that faulty premise. But thankfully, it has led us here, to the actual spot where Maya Fey was standing. What in the Sam hell is he on about? People still say that, right?
I guess.
I must say, if the defense keeps changing its assertions in such a capricious manner, its credibility may come into question.
I'm willing to take that risk, Your Majesty, because I believe this will be the last time. I'm going to start by pointing out the actual spot where the accused was standing.
Very well. Show us where you now believe the accused was actually standing.
It's the location of the broken lantern. Where was Maya really standing? So Maya...
The broken lantern was behind her.
Yes, so Maya was over here.
Was behind her. Was behind her, Evan.
Wait,
You
what?
put her behind the lantern.
But hang on. My hands up. Sorry, can we just say that word did again? Oh, well, I'm
Oof, you
confused.
caught us that. You caught us that.
I made a mistake somewhere. Hang on. So I need to think about the location of the broken lantern. You should make a spot where Maya was standing more important.
Oh, Holy Mother of Shrine, Mr. Wright.
Okay, so
You put her behind the broken lantern. The broken lantern was behind her.
Well, I mean, I didn't think it was going to be
she's
that.
She's there.
I thought the point I was supposed to be making out is that she was behind.
She's there.
Okay, I'm gonna save
because
just in
before
case
we were
we're
like,
still
oh,
messing
she's
this
in the
up.
spring, remember?
Yeah.
But she's actually right where the thing's already pointing.
Okay, that's what I was trying to do still. I didn't think that it being that far away was going to be anything of importance, but my bad. I wasn't thinking about straight before.
No, you weren't.
But now it's all falling into place. We know the victim had stepped into the spring. That means Maya Fey had to have been standing in the water as he approached. However, his memory, which has only now become clear, reveals that Miss Fey was standing by the side of the broken lantern. In other words...
Right there.
She was standing where she was supposed to be according to custom.
Does that not bring us back to the very beginning?
No, this is where things take a different turn. And I mean that literally. The victim had to have been moving toward the spring. That means that while he was moving, he had his back turned toward the accused.
What's this? Do you mean to say the victim turned around during the rite? But such an image appears nowhere in the seance vision.
Actually, it does appear. It's just that no one noticed until now.
Yeah, because the thing was up.
Yeah.
No one noticed. How could no one have noticed something so big?
Because it was blocked off by paper.
Yeah. There was a moment when the scripture the victim was holding was all we could see. Thanks to that, none of us could tell that he was, in fact, turning around in that moment.
Oh boy.
If it is a defense as such, then a benevolence's insight no longer makes sense. How do you intend to explain that? I don't need to explain anything because that's just as you said, Prosecutor Sadmati. Her benevolence's insights don't make any sense because they contain a huge error.
Such insolence! Ooh.
Oh my god, they're fighting.
A huge error, you say? Do explain.
The huge error is... I mean, the number of people there? That would be my assumption, because, I mean, the crime scene is exactly where it is, in the spring. And the Order of the Wrights, I don't want to say that, because Maya was where she was, because I'd say there's the number of people there, because we'd have to say there was a third person there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I believe this is what happened at the scene of the crime. The victim was reading the sutra when suddenly he sensed someone behind him.
So he probably turned around and, He immediately looked back to see someone dressed as Lady Kira standing there. Wishing to see who it was, he approached the robed figure. That's when he was stabbed. This cannot be!
Oh, but it can, and it is. The insight stating the accused stabbed the victim is wrong. And that is the real truth lying behind this testimony of the dead.
Puh!
Puh!
Pakunka!
What a strange word.
I know, right? Start saying that in real life.
Are you suggesting that there was someone else at the scene of the crime, almost as if the accused was falsely accused?
Have I misunderstood the voice of the Mitama yet again? This cannot be!
Uh-oh, she's out.
Whoops.
Thump. Ooh, that was a close one. But I managed to divine the true meaning.
What?
Is that how you're supposed to... Is that how you're supposed to say that? I managed to divine the true meaning behind the Sans vision somehow. Okay, sure.
Never heard of a phrase like that before.
No, I've never heard divine used like
in that way, in that context.
I should add these new facts to the court record. Ding dong. Cool. Your benevolence, please allow me to take it from here. I will overturn the brash accusations of this faithless, putrid-minded lawyer.
Yes, I shall place my trust in you.
Oh, she's so sad now.
Yeah.
Are you sure about this, Prosecutor Sadmati?
My work as an international prosecutor has taken me to these courtrooms around the world. And in that time, I have learned to perform last rites for souls in trials lacking a seance.
Yes, of course. Forgive my ludicrous inquiry.
You buffoon. Moreover, I have with me a forensic investigator from overseas.
Oh.
I will show you all the most magnificent last rites I've ever seen.
Emma!
I guess it does think highly of Emma and her forensic expertise. I'm impressed that he's come to understand their value. Then again, he is an international prosecutor who solved tough cases around the world. Time to hunker down, huh?
Now then, let us continue with today's proceedings. Could the defense please tell us who the third party dressed as Lady Kira was? Your new claim has negated the insights of the royal priestess. So I trust you have some evidence to support it, correct?
Yeah, of course. This third party must have really wanted to kill the high priest. I might be able to identify who it was if I had evidence of their murderous intent.
Well, we're waiting, Mr. Wright.
The evidence that can reveal the identity of the third party is this.
The letter?
I'm gonna think so. The newspaper, that's not gonna do anything for us.
No.
The taking the photo, no. Current rituals, taking prayer flags, the fucking the parachutes that the third party could drop down on them. All right, bloodstained letter. Oh, yeah, we can't really read that. My statement, Lady Kira's warning. The wanted poster. Huh. Okay, so I'm gonna save because I could be wrong on some of these. Because I mean, the various things I think of, it could be the wanted poster saying that it could be the escaped prisoner.
But it could also be the warning.
I think Lady Kira's warning is the top one I'm gonna go for, but I would say that, this, maybe the bloodstained letter. That's about all I got. I'm gonna go with the warning first. 3 days for the purification, right? The victim received a warning letter from an unidentified individual.
He did?
Whoever sent it clearly meant to threaten the high priest. Letter said, do not perform the rite. But the rite went on as scheduled. I believe that is why the high priest was murdered.
Who do you suppose sent that letter?
A person with something to hide. The rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira herself.
A rebel hunter, but he's no rebel. What a rebel, yeah! Come on!
Peace! I don't understand. I had heard the Lady Kira that has been in the news of late only hunted rebels. If so, why would she have killed the high priest?
Excellent question. Maybe it would help to think of it this way. What if the high priest had secretly been a rebel?
What the fuck, the high priest? He couldn't possibly have been a rebel.
The high priest, a devout follower of Cryanism, a rebel? Do you even comprehend the blasphemy of which you speak? Well, do you?
I too found it hard to believe at first. But as I continued my investigation, it started to become more and more plausible. The third party was the rebel hunting Lady Kira, and the high priest was a rebel. Your mockery of Cryanism, no. Of the kingdom of Cryan itself knows no bounds.
Jesus.
Whoops.
That shameless poor conquer lawyer.
He's making a mockery of our religion. As a faithful Cryanist, I take issue with these claims, and I am loath to admit them into today's proceedings.
I don't like where this is going. The defense's claims are but a vile blasphemy tantamount to spitting on the Holy Mother. Is this really that big of a deal, Maya?
Abbot Inmi was a distinguished monk and very well respected too, so yeah.
Please, don't let us turn it into an international incident.
You know what I think?
What?
I think maybe the letter from the Lady Kira was not so much a threat, but a warning. Like a heads up. You know?
Maybe.
And that maybe the escaped person killed him dressed up as Lady Kira.
Maybe.
You know?
We'll have to see, yeah. But fear not, good people of Cryan. The rantings of a putrid-brained lawyer who seek to sully the soul of the deceased shall come to no avail once I conclude these last rites. The prosecution's assertion that the accused killed the victim remains unchanged. But the victim was stabbed in his abdomen. How is that possible when he had his back turned towards Miss Faye? Someone else must have killed him. Are you sure about that? You may have invalidated the seance, but do not let it go to your putrid head.
Stop saying putrid.
The karmic flow of this trial is as yet still in my hands. How can he be so confident? Something has occurred to me, you see. And your allegations of a third party are but a deluded fantasy. And I shall prove that by calling a new witness to the stand.
Oh boy.
An eyewitness who would give a definitive answer that would dispel. Even though there were only 2 people there, supposedly have an eyewitness.
Even though there was only supposed to be 2 people there.
An eyewitness?
Very well. Let us call this eyewitness to the stand.
This is gonna be. Oh my God! It is.
Pork and beans.
Oh my God.
Oh my God! What a. It's him again.
Well now, he has to be the shaggiest witness I've ever laid eyes upon. Please state your name and occupation.
Oh gosh, is this the person they wanted me to give a shaggy voice to? But I mean,
it doesn't fit him.
It doesn't fit him visually.
No.
That's whatchamacallit.
That's whatchamacallit. I'm jutsu.
Maybe that's why they wanted
Bigfoot.
the shaggy voice was because of this crazy. Oh God!
Anonymous TBD.
Anonymous.
At least that's what they've been calling me.
TBD, as in to be determined. Can't you just tell us your real name?
No, classified, top secret.
The witness has suffered a blow to the head, rendering him amnesiac. Therefore,
How is he a witness then? Like,
I
named him?
I named him Anonymous TBD in my report, but he thinks TBD is part of his name. You letting an amnesiac testify? Have no fear, I have already questioned him at length.
That doesn't matter.
While it is true that he has utterly forgotten his name and past, his memory of what he witnessed is still very much intact.
How do you know he's not making it up?
Considering the dearth of information, any new knowledge may be of help. Therefore, I will permit this testimony. Now, Mr. IHMUS, please tell us what you saw.
This would never fly in a real court of law. Just saying.
All right, let me see something quick. I want to look at.
Like, even if he had a history of amnesia, there's no way that.
I can't zoom in on that,
like,
but
there's no guaranteed credibility. Oh, are you trying to see if it's
totally the prisoner in disguise? I mean, who else would be like, oh, I have no memory of myself and I'm completely hidden by hair and scarves and stuff. But I can't zoom in on that picture because it's too obvious. Or maybe it's a red herring. Maybe he is actually who he is.
Whoa.
Want to say some more?
It's been a while since we've seen that.
The night of the murder.
About now, I was up on top of Mount Pon, the mountain next to the sanctum. I hate crowds, so I climbed up there to pray in peace. You know, it's a no, but since there was no one around, I used my binoculars to spy on the right of the sanctum. That's when I saw the
He's protecting himself from the coronavirus.
Stabbed the high priest with a dagger.
With the thing, get it?
Yeah.
Even though you're supposed to shave your beard. Did you know that?
Oh.
Because, like, particles can get trapped in your facial hair and it'll be near your mouth.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
There's no way you saw Miss Face stab the victim with a dagger.
I swear I don't know what he's talking about. Or don't remember, at any rate.
Mount Pony, the beautiful mountain that is also known as the Little Sanctum.
Mount Pony, Mount Pony.
No, stop.
Okay. I was talking about that smaller mountain from the poster.
Mr. IHMUS, I was wondering.
What am I gonna do for you?
What can I do you for?
What am I gonna do you for?
You have to southern it even more with that.
Oh, like, what can I do you for?
Oh, okay. No.
Oops, I didn't even hang on. Shaggy took over for a second. Hey, there you go.
The inner sanctum lies at a high elevation where clouds and fog can obscure the view. Are you sure you'll be able to see what happened from the mountaintop next to it?
Good point. His Majesty raises an excellent question. Well, Mr. IHMUS.
On the day of the right, there was some clouds in the sky. I had a perfect view. If you don't believe me, check the weather forecast in the paper that day.
Nick, don't we have the newspaper for that day?
Yeah, let's take a look. The area around the land will
clear
enjoy
skies.
A calm, clear skies today. The warm temperature will make for excellent prairie weather. Be warned, however, that we'll see a cold front move in overnight. Huh. Does say calm, clear skies, doesn't it?
See? Told you so. That was funny.
Why are you making him so quiet?
Diabetes.
Why?
That's how you gotta do that voice.
Diabetes.
Well, it would appear that the witnesses offered testimony worth hearing.
Mr. IHMUS, I too have a question for you. Didn't he already question the witness?
Yeah.
Want to here for a ride? Shoot.
How was the accused holding the dagger? Was she holding it underhanded? Its blade protruding from the bottom of a hand?
Yep, I believe she was. It's called a reverse grip.
I thought as much.
But in the seance, that's not what it looked like.
Well, hold it right there. What bearing does that have on this case?
Oh, is he gonna say that she came up behind him?
Cease your interruptions, you putrid-headed lawyer.
Just reached around and...
Do you not see the significance in how the blade was held? Why don't you enlighten me, oh enlightened one? What a shame. I knew you were a fool. I can already picture you in your next life. Next life? Yes, after your soul writhes for centuries in the pits of hell. You shall be reborn as a witless sea urchin with barbs similar to your posterior. You shall live a short, inconsequential life, only be brutally devoured by a sea otter.
Oh.
That is a bit excessive. I simply asked what a dagger grip had to do with the case. Now pay attention. How the accused held the daggers of vital importance. With such information, we can infer exactly what actions she took. Bye. You were saying that the victim was killed while she had his back to the accused. Is that correct? Yes?
Wait, well, she had his back to the accused?
Listen, I was hoping that would just get glossed over.
You mean he?
Yes. As such, the accused dagger grip tells us something very important.
I was like, wait a second.
The accused approached the victim from behind, swung her arms around him.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And plunged the dagger deep into his abdomen using a reverse grip. Wyatt! Thus, Mr. IHMUS' testimony clears up any doubts that might remain.
Then what about what he saw?
And it coincides with her benevolence insights as well.
Does it? How?
This is a disaster. I thought I'd blown these insights out of the water, but now they're back to haunt me.
How does it coincide with them?
I don't know.
How does it coincide with the insight?
I don't know.
How does it what?
I see what they're going for, but
I don't.
Well, I mean, they're trying to say that, you know, since we're saying that she was behind him, that she wrapped it around.
Yeah, but are they forgetting the person that was in front of him holding a dagger?
Exactly. Like that part is what's throwing me off here for a loop.
What the hellfire?
Now then, the defense may cross-examine the witness.
What the frickety frackin' and Fruit Loops is going on here?
Well, you know what? We're gonna cross-examine this witness next time.
I'm getting frustrated.
Oh no!